And welcome back to the Murdy Creative Co podcast. I'm your host, Colin Murdy, and today's topic is I may have changed my mind. But first, I want to say thank you to everyone who supported the company so far. If you haven't got a chance, go check us out on the web at murdycreative.co. That's M-U-R-D-Y creative.co. Or you can check us out on Facebook and Instagram by searching at murdycreative.co to see the best of our product shots. Follow us to keep up to date with our daily photos and be the first one to know about new product launches. You can also use the subscribe button at the bottom of our website to be included in all of our new product announcements. Be sure to check out our laser engraving, personalization options, and exclusive colors on the website, or you can get a blank one on Amazon Prime. All right, first and foremost, go text Murdy, M-U-R-D-Y, to 77222. That's Murdy, M-U-R-D-Y, to 77222 to be part of our text message club. We're going to be doing a lot of cool exclusive things with our text message club. It's only going to be about 4 text messages a month, so probably once a week, and that may go up or down depending on how things go, but that's what our plan is. So it's Murdy, M-U-R-D-Y, to 77222. All right, today's our 200th episode. Wow. And I've been taking this opportunity to look back at my first episode and all of the episodes in between and how far everything has come in the last year and a half. The company actually is celebrating its 2-year anniversary. This month, February 2018 is when we started. And that's exciting. It's just purely exciting. In fact, today, the 18th, was the day we made our first official sale on Amazon, which obviously was before we had our website. So it's kind of the first official sale of the company. And that's an exciting thing. It really is. And 200 episodes, I did not expect, I don't know why, but I never expected to get to 200. I never expected it to go this long, but it's been amazing to do the podcast. And I've been thinking back about all the things I've changed my mind on, right? Because there was plenty of times throughout the course of this process that I've said, okay, I'm never going to do that. Or I don't think we're ever going to launch anything like that. Or we're probably not going to do that. But, you know, I've changed my mind. I've come around to a new way of thinking. We've tried a lot of new experimental things. We've, done things I didn't expect us to. And I've been thinking about that, right? Because that's good, right? That's good. Change is good, right? The world is constantly changing around us. And, I always said you need to be willing to break the thing that's working to build the thing that's going to work next. And that involves change and being willing to give up of your preconceptions and dealing with that. And I don't know, I desperately and dearly want this company to be something that's around 500 years from now. Right? Even if it was around 20 years from now, I'd still love that. But, I want it to be something that lasts. And building something that lasts is something that has to have a certain level of stability as well as a certain level of, dynamic change to it. So I just am thinking about all the things. One of those things has been, of course, the discount codes. For those of you who have been paying attention to our email list, we started running our spring cleaning sale on Friday. And I did not ever expect to do discounts, especially not 25% off. But there's actually a reason to it, and it's a pretty good story, and I'll tell you a little bit about how it's been working and how it's been doing, and we can I'll tell you more about what my thoughts are on that. But 2 weeks ago, Meryl, who is the head of my production team, she came out and she mentioned to me, she said, hey, we have no room left for all of the things that you are working on bringing into the workshop. Some of the things I've told you guys about, some of the things I haven't yet. So we're working on launching a whole bunch of new things, but we have no room for them. And so she goes, we have to make room, right? We're in a small 2-bedroom apartment, essentially, is what the company exists in now. And we're hoping to build a workshop. That's actually why we're hoping to win the FedEx Small Business Grant. For those of you who haven't voted today, you can vote once per 24-hour period. The link is on our website in a big blue button that you can click on and just go vote right there. Or you can click on the link in the description below, and we'll be sure to include the link to it. But yeah, go vote every day. Vote early, vote often. So that's where that money would go to. We'd be able to use that money to help build a new workshop. And in my dream, the new workshop would have a lot of space. It would be beautiful. It would be aesthetically kind of the way we want it to be to help provide inspiration for the people who are making things. And we'd want it to be open to the public where people could come and pick out their leather and they could, see it made right in front of their very eyes. So, that's something I think would be a really cool opportunity for us. But in the reality of today, we don't have enough room. We're very cramped. And so, Meryl and I went through the 1-bedroom that serves as our storage area, and we were looking through all of the kind of things that we have on the shelf. And the thing that we obviously had the most of was our imperfects and our B grade, our B and C grade. And, that was something that I thought to myself, well, that might be an opportunity for us. So for those of you who've dealt with natural, real products ever, in any natural product, diamonds, wood, stone, metal, anything like that, there's always going to be imperfections. It's just the nature of the beast. And, it's because nothing in this world is perfect. And so leather is no different. With the life of the cow, they can rub up against barbed wire. They can rub up against wood fence posts. They can get bug bites. They can, rub up against each other. Like there's imperfections that occur in the leather itself. And so when you have those imperfections, you got to do something with them, right? Tanneries are able through most of the tanning process to take care of a lot of the imperfections, but there are just some imperfections that just persist beyond that, like slight cuts, marks, things like that, discolorations. Those are things that will exist beyond that. And no matter how good we work with our cutting partners to kind of teach and train them on what we consider our A grade versus our B and C grade, every so often, regardless of how good they do, you're going to have that quality control where once the raw materials arrive in the workshop, you got to look it over and decide. So we have a grading process like every quality control process everywhere in the world. We've got a grading process. Our A grade is the stuff that we consider the best of the best. It is relatively uniform in every color, and it's got a nice patterning to it. If it's got any sort of like marble or fat lines, we're okay with that. That's beautiful. That's part of it. But as long as it doesn't have any sort of, obvious defect, it doesn't have any sort of three-dimensional defect, right? Like a cut or a mark in any way, and it doesn't have any serious kind of nicks or discoloration or anything like that. That's all A grade. Then we move into our B grade. B grade is things where there's some slight imperfection, something that would normally be, you may even miss it, right? Like our B grade, we're very picky. Our B grade may be things that were maybe just there was one thing wrong about it, right? And it was a very small thing. And those go into our B grade. And then our C grade is truly where our imperfects come from. These are things that have some sort of nick or some sort of three-dimensional effect or something along those lines. And it's something that you want to be able to say, how can we can't remove the imperfection. We can't cover the imperfection. It's going to be something that people are going to see, right? So normally, if it's got a hole in it, like if there's something where you can actually like look through the leather, that goes into our D grade. That immediately goes, and that's just waste. That's cut into accessories line. That's things like that. So those particular items are the things that we make our stuff out of. So A grade is the good stuff, B grade is the middle stuff, and then C grade is the imperfections, and the imperfects collection comes out of that. The B grade is actually what we use for our pre-engravings because the Da Vinci, the Compass, all of these big pre-engravings, they actually cover almost all of the imperfections because the engraving process just obliterates them. And that's why we use those for our B grade. So I'm looking at our shelf going, we got a lot of imperfects and we got a lot of B grade. So let's run an imperfects and pre-engraving sale. I think it's something that we've wanted to try, and we've got to make room, otherwise we're not going to be able to bring on the new stuff. So that was the plan. We were going to run a short spring cleaning, summer sale that we were going to do where we were going to clean out all of our old stock. Now, I really actually wanted to get rid of it. That was the goal. So we put it 25% off, which is an absurd discount. And it just looking at our numbers, it's an absurd discount. But we ended up doing that. And I promoted it on our Instagram and on all of our usual places, and it went incredibly well, spectacularly well. Today we were off. The production was closed for President's Day yesterday because there's no post, so we can't ship anything out anyway. So today is the first day back for production, and they're coming back to a mountain of orders. And that's exciting, right? That's a good thing, right? February's a slow month. We want to see those orders come in, and that's something where for me, I'm like that's great. Beyond that, the process of doing this launch, because that was 2 weeks ago. Meryl said we should do this 2 weeks ago. And I said, okay, well, if we're going to do that, we've got to get our pre-engravings cleaned up on the website. Because for those of you who have shopped extensively on our website, you may have noticed that there was some inconsistencies in our pre-engravings. And the reason why is because when we launch new products, we don't normally create the pre-engravings for those new products right away because we want to see how they do first. So you may have a pre-engraving in the classic cut number 2, but not in any of the other cuts. And that was something we wanted to rectify because now we've got all of these different number 2s, we've got all these different number 3s, we got all these different number 1s. We want to be able to have it so that you can select the pre-engraving for that class of item and then also select the cut in the process. So we retasked everyone during the really slow time in February to revamp the website in that we redid all of the back end for the pre-engravings and the imperfects, so that they show off all the new colors. They've got all of the cuts applied that works for the design. They've got, for the imperfects, an example of what those imperfections might look like. So it was a whole process, but it was a good one. We needed to do it. And that was the ramp up to the sale. And then we did the sale, and things went very, very well, all things considered. And so that obviously brings me to the question of, well, are we going to do sales in the future? And I don't know if we're ever going to do sales quite this deep. I have to sit down with the accountants and review this weekend and see, because obviously we had a bunch of sales, right? But did we actually make any money on those sales? Because obviously when you have sales, they have their costs associated with them and things like that. And because most of these things were essentially B grade or they weren't part of our A grade anyway, there is some argument to be made that they could have been waste eventually. And, we needed the space. So, maybe that's part of this and say, okay, well, it wasn't really, you didn't lose money because those things would have been wasted anyway, right? So there's some parts to that I think is a good argument to be made. But we'll have to sit down and kind of review this. One of the things that surprised me a lot, was despite the fact that we were running a 25% discount on our imperfects and our pre-engravings, and despite the fact that the link on our Instagram, the link in our bio, which is by far our largest traffic driver, was directed to the email shout out campaign that showed that, we still had great sales on our core items. So perhaps the discount was enough to get people back to the website, right? Perhaps that was enough to drive people and hook them in and bring them back to the website. And then they bought a full priced item rather than buying one of the discount items. That's an opportunity that I didn't think about. I mean, I thought about it a little bit, but I didn't think was going to be a real thing. So moral of the story is this weekend has been an interesting thing for the company. It was good because we did what we needed to be done, right? We fixed the website. We were getting rid of old inventory. We're making room for new stuff. But, beyond that, I'm curious. I'm beginning to think I might be needing to change my mind on discounts. Now, for those of you who are like, well, I bought the thing at full price. Don't worry. Most of our core items are going to stay at full price. That's just, we have to sell them at full price. But what we might do is we might do something where it's a flash sale for 5 hours or for 12 hours. Or it might be the kind of thing where it's, if we have, for example, a really high stocking level on something that we thought was going to sell really well and it didn't, maybe we do a sale on that specific item or that specific thing. So we're not going to go gangbusters on discounts. We're not going to be Kohl's ever, which would just break my heart if we ended up being Kohl's. But we are going to probably start doing a few occasional sales. I don't think it's probably going to be more than once a month. If it was ever once a month, that would still be a lot in my opinion. But we might do sales a little bit more and we'll see how they go. But beyond that, the thing I'm afraid of with discounts, and this is the thing everybody's afraid of with discounts, is that people are going to wait. They're going to wait to buy. And so, we got to balance that, right? You have to find that balance. And I don't know if we're ever going to find that balance. I don't know if we're ever going to find that opportunity. The question is do I lean too far into we're never going to do sales and so we missed out on those customers? That might be my initial bias in the direction I normally head, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to check back in on Thursday for our next topic, and don't forget to check that subscribe button below to be sure to get the latest podcast right away. I do appreciate all of you who have supported the company over the course of these last 2 years. It has meant the world to me, and it has been something that is deeply meaningful. I am living out something that is greater than I could have ever dreamed in all of my life, and I am very happy to be doing this, and it is a wonderful opportunity. And so all I've got to say is thank you. Thank you to all of you who have supported the company over the last 2 years. You have made this dream possible, and I am so excited about what the future is going to bring. If you have any questions or concerns about your leather binder, or folio, or journal, please feel free to contact us on the main page of our website at murdycreative.co, or you can contact us via our Instagram or Facebook. You can text, email, call, direct message, all the usuals. I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as possible, but I do appreciate your patience. Email is probably the fastest way to get a hold of us. I do check Instagram, I do check Facebook, but I check them sporadically, so it may not be something where I'm not able to get back to you as quick. Also, do text us. You can text our company line at 414-434-9001. You can also call us if you've got questions about things like that. However, if you want to be part of our text message club, text Murdy, M-U-R-D-Y to 77222. That's Murdy, M-U-R-D-Y to 77222. If you think I deserve it, a good review can go a long way to help us grow our new community. So if you want to leave us a review, go to facebook.com/murdycreative.co, or you can search murdycreative.co in the search bar. On the left-hand side, there's going to be a reviews button. You click on the reviews button, and then there's a question, do you recommend the Murdy Creative Company? You can click yes, and then you can write your review. Or you can also read one of the 85-star reviews that we've got right now. They make my day. Anytime I'm feeling blue, I go read our reviews page, and it really, really makes me feel better. Word of mouth is still the best form of advertising, though, so please tell your friends. And if you want to make a little bit of commission selling this item to your friends, go to our MurdyCreative.co/ambassador. MurdyCreative.co/ambassador. That's our brand ambassadors program. You can also go on our regular MurdyCreative.co page, and you can click on the social or the about section. Both of those have a link to the ambassadors page. You can sign up. Our ambassadors make 5% commission as a starting place and up to 12% on anything that they sell through their link. So go check that out if you're interested in doing that. If you have any podcast topics you want to hear more about, send them my way. I'm always happy to engage with our growing community, and I want to give you guys what you want. If you're looking for multiple binders for gifts, giveaways, menus, really any reason, ask about our bulk discounts available. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Have a great day, and goodbye.